public servants to get pay rise as others do it tough. Queensland's 224,000 state public servants are set to receive pay rises totalling more than 3% as others in the workforce endure static income levels, wage cuts, reduced hours, unpaid stand-downs or lose jobs because of the economic impact of the coronavirus. Workers across the Queensland Public Service are participating in an all-staff ballot that opened last week to approve a 2.5% wage increase plus a one-off cash payment of $1,250. The increase is detailed in a proposed agreement between Annastacia Palaszczuk's government and the Together Queensland union, comes as some highly paid business executives and sporting stars accept pay cuts of 20 to 50% amid the COVID-19 triggered economic downturn. Let me kick off the show tonight, Michael and Leisa, by saying this. If Annastacia Palaszczuk signs off on a 2.5% increase in the corpulent public sector of Queensland, getting 2.5% pay rises on July 1, that will be her economic and political suicide note to the good folk of Queensland on October 31. While everyone else in this country, many hundreds of thousands, millions of Australians are being laid off right now because of this crisis, these fat cats are sitting there putting their hand out for an extra 2.5%. They should be voluntarily saying we'll take a 10% pay cut to try and ease the burden so that we can put more money into health and into fiscal measures to try and fix this. Leisa, I'm appalled by this. I tell you what, Palaszczuk, she's already doing it tough. She's already, pushing the proverbial uphill when it comes to the election on October 31. Queenslanders will not cop this. I'm telling you now. She needs to rule this out at 11:30 tonight.
How quickly has she forgotten about those lines of people, those mums and dads, those average Australians out there who were booted onto the unemployment lines last week? How quickly has she forgotten those images that were harrowing for the entire nation? This will land like a lead balloon tomorrow when this is spoken about. Imagine it, on Talkback Radio in the morning, they will be going off. Here we are struggling, trying to keep our businesses afloat, trying to keep people in work as much as we can. The government putting billions of dollars into trying to achieve that goal. And what we want public servants to be given a pay rise. There's already debate out there about what cost-cutting measures should be put in place to try to see some of these public servants actually see a cut in their pay, not a pay increase.
Michael?
Yeah, well, if ever there was a time that a Premier or a government could pull back on an agreement around wages, now is it. I mean, what's the unions going to do? Are they going to call a strike? Are you going to see public servants striking in the streets because they didn't get their 2.5% pay rise? I don't think so. So, someone the other day said to me that the safest job is now in government, is in the public service, and governments all across the country, especially those that may have gone to previous elections looking to downsize the public service, are going to have to, go against every bone in their body and actually look to increase the size of the public service. This pay rise here, that pay rise could actually be used to hire more people to work in those public sector jobs and help reduce the unemployment and help reduce the pain and uncertainty for many families out there. So yeah, I agree with you. It's just it's politically crazy. And if the Queensland government thinks they can get away with it under the cover of coronavirus, well, think again.
Well, the unions run Queensland. The CFMEU run Queensland. They extort construction sites. They increase the cost of construction in this state by about 30% on every project. But if ever, Premier Palaszczuk, you were in a position where you need to sort of show some integrity here, this is it. Because I mean, people are hurting. This is not going to work.